I'm Jeff Phoenix,
I'm Ozprana
and this is Real Talk.
podcast.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Jeff Phoenix,
It's your man Ozprana.
and we're back with another episode of Real Talk. So, we're back in the podcast mode right now, I
I know
guess.
it feels good. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be back.
Yeah, we've been busy, been doing a lot, from documentaries, the commercials, music.
Yeah.
You know, we
hmm
I feel like there's so much things we should just talk on what we've been up to. You know what I mean?
hmm
Even the new merch, yeah, make sure you get go to jefffphoenixfilms.com, get the new Dirty Popcorn merch. I got the hoodie on. What you got? You got
I got the pullover.
yeah, that crew neck look crazy. Yeah, even we got the y'all see them hands, Dirty Popcorn, and even the shoes. Shout out to we want to give a shout out to 'em?
Yeah, Kill Winner, Silos. I think
Yeah,
that's how you
yeah,
say it.
yeah. What
We'll
they say?
tag it.
Smile at the bottom, happy face.
Happy face. That's an insider.
you know, yeah, we've been doing a lot. Let's start with the music.
hmm
We've been got the situation with Tone, LCM Tone.
Shout out to Tone
Shout out to Tone. Doing music, been up at Invite Studios,
for sure.
producing. You've been, this project, has been all production by you. How you feel? Like,
I'm excited. It's something I've definitely been looking forward to doing for a long time. Executive producing a whole album. I mean, I know I've done it with our music,
mhm.
but actually getting into the full process of you being by my side, you playing your role as executive producer over the whole project. Me helping me direct helping direct the where we're going with the music as far as the theme, the sound for Tone, and you've definitely been a big help for me and helping me orchestrate what I'm going to do on my half. I definitely can't take all the credit for everything, but all said and done, I'm definitely excited to show the music to the world, to show that I'm a force to be reckoned with as far as beats, and I'm coming to plant the flag.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's him. That's him, man. He got, yeah, for sure, Oz. I mean, it's been a cool process to like see you go through this journey because, starting how me and you became friends and started working together was through the fact that you were just music producing,
Yeah.
and
hmm
I took a liking to your sound and your beats, and I always thought like, yo, like this dude's beats are just different,
hmm
and people need to take notice to his beats. His sound is not like everybody else's, and through the years, I just watch you perfect that craft through time that you spent learning how to make beats better to the equipment that you used, and it was cool to watch that, and to now having your real big shot and not just having a shot like, oh, let me just make some beats for a project, but actually be in an industry studio,
Yeah.
having your beats fully tracked out on the boards,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
really me and mix, really mastered
At
by
the highest level.
highest level. Shout out to Pat, shout out to Doc,
Yeah, for sure.
and that's a big thing. And seeing that is cool. And then working with not just Tone, working with the other artists like Jay Watts,
Yeah.
YSG,
Mhm.
Swipey.
To be honest, like in the midst of the process, I know you can, account for this, but like there'll be big moments happening, but it'll be looking like my presence and how I look, like I may look like I'm
Oh,
not even
you be stone
excited,
faced.
or I just be so stone faced, like you said, and but in the midst of it, it's just like I don't know. I feel like I'm surrendering during the process. Sometimes it's like
Yeah.
I am excited. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm definitely excited on the inside, but I'm just not the type to ever like be like, I don't know, showing it and expressing it and jumping around like, oh, I'm so like, what I'm saying? Like
Like
I'll be hyped, like if the song is hot, like we'll be in the studio in our vibe,
you
dancing
was hyping
around,
Miami.
being
Shut
hype.
up.
Huh?
Stop lying. You was hyping Miami.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
You was
yeah.
hyping Miami, dog.
I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
little bit of lick,
yeah, yeah.
little bit of,
Miami vibes did bring the eyes out, right?
for
In the
sure.
studio.
But no, what I'm
Yeah,
trying
I
to
know
say
what you
is
mean.
like, um, these are moments that have never happened for me.
Hmm.
And sometimes when they're happening, it's like I may not even recognize how big of the moment it is at the
Hmm.
time until later on. So like in the midst of that moment, like damn, like I got fucking 5 different placements with different artists. Like I'm about to be in their fan base and their catalog.
Mhm.
I'm about to be put out to the world in a different way rather than just, working in this conventional way with one artist or, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Yeah.
So it's just like for me, sometimes I digest things slowly. Like it doesn't hit me right away.
Right.
But
That's good. That shows you the humbleness too. You ain't tripping. I mean,
mm,
that's the cool part about it. Like you're not letting it go to your head. So like people tend to like, oh, I got the hit. It's automatic, and then
yeah,
put all that
no.
energy
Uh,
around it, and then it not be what it is, and then feel disappointed when it doesn't reach the levels it's supposed to.
and I
Um,
think it's that part for me is like I know the potential of what it can be, but I don't think I have that firework explosion of emotion until it's actually
mhm,
that.
mm.
Like I'll react with a Grammy type of reaction when I have a Grammy in my hand. Like
Right, right.
like I'm not gonna sit here and jump around and be like, oh yeah, I got that hit. Oh yeah, this shit is number one out of here. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, I'm optimistic, but
Right.
until like I see my shit at number one Billboard or I do got that green, like I'll react. You'll see the reaction then.
Yeah, no, I feel it. I think that's the cool part about it. Just seeing, but you're focused and you're doing what you got to do in the studio, and that's the key thing. Like it's not a game. People might look on social media and seen all our stories and like, oh man, like they living the lifestyle. It's
Mhm.
great, but it really was a lot of focus.
A lot of hard work.
A lot of hard work what people didn't see,
Mhm.
and the dedication, the long hours, 10-hour blocks every studio session,
For sure.
and just being locked in.
Yeah. And like
Just
as the producer, like I gotta be on my A game. Like
hmm.
my energy has to be right,
Right,
because the music don't get done if I don't perform.
right.
So it's like I gotta be careful of like how much sleep I'm getting, making sure I'm prepared for the next day for that studio day, have all my shit tracked out, have it organized. I have to be careful, like if there is gonna be, weed or lick in the studio, how much I'm consuming, or even if I will consume that day, depending on who's coming in. Like I have to be on my A game at all times because again, like it doesn't get done if I don't get it done.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like, people are seeing shit as lit, but it's like, no, like this is a lot of concentration, a lot of hard work and focus, like you said.
Yeah, yeah. My end, I mean, for me, it's always been the responsibility to make sure that things happen the way they're supposed to happen.
Hmm.
A lot of different people in the room, a lot of egos,
Hmm.
adjusting and making sure from my, like, is everybody doing what they need to be in? Is everyone focused? I don't really have time personally to like party. I have to make sure that we're in here, we're getting the songs done, we're knocking out what we're doing, and we're everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing. Like that's the key thing when you're in album mode. And I think it's been cool, because I feel this is a side for me that I've been making music my whole entire life. Now I get to actually like really help develop what I've learned from a lot of hit makers that I've been
Hmm.
around to
Yeah,
be able to bring that knowledge into the studio to make hit records,
sure.
not just make another song and stuff like that. So for me, it's like I'm challenging myself along with challenging you as a producer,
Yeah.
challenging Tone as an artist, Jay Watts, pushing everybody's abilities, Casey as a songwriter, even me helping out with the songwriting and the concepts, like it's pushing everybody to the next level and bringing the best out of them,
Hmm.
and being that Quincy Jones, that person that comes in and says, yeah, that take was cool, but let's take it up a notch.
Absolutely.
Like
Yeah.
yeah,
You've
like
been great at that.
I appreciate it. But it's just a fun process to do all that and see what people think. The project's going to come out in the next month or so, so people get to hear your
Hmm.
sound, and then also hear Tone and Jay Watts and YSG, and hear everybody on LCM Records.
Yeah.
It's a dope thing. I want to switch the gears real quick because we talked about music. Let's talk about the documentary we've been running around with the mayor,
Hmm.
Wilmington, Mayor Mike, and that's been like a crazy situation. Like to be able to have this is his last term, and be able to facilitate a documentary, for him, especially the first one, because the first one was his administration budget,
Hmm.
and he needed something very quick. and we pretty much put a 30, well, 20, well, it was originally 30, then we got it down to like 25 minutes,
Mhm.
25-minute documentary for him to be able to present that before he addressed his whole city council and stuff like that,
Yeah.
which was super crazy. We were running around with him all everywhere and
Mhm.
filming this and that. And, you know, for, I want to know what your take is now that that process is over. Like, how do you feel?
It was, well, to answer the first question, how do I feel? I feel good. I feel proud, um, definitely inspired to do more work like that, to
Hmm.
see how much of an impact it really does have on, local government
Yeah.
and, community,
Hmm.
and also, us being in the position to show our city off in the right way
Yeah.
that we feel it should be shown,
Uh,
especially being here for so long and us seeing the things outside of the state and the industries we've been in outside the state, and then coming back home and then trying to bring the flavors that we get from all over the place, bring it here to make this place the best that it can be.
yeah.
And well, I mean, and of course that's our opinion, but you know, we're really invested in the economic development of the
Yeah.
city of Wilmington.
Yeah. Definitely invested into that. And I think it's our job and our duty to be that visual piece of the culture here,
Hmm.
to explain and showcase and storytell,
Hmm.
like the Bob Marley Day. You know, Bob Marley. If people don't know, Bob Marley once lived here in Wilmington, and
Hmm.
had a house here, and it's all decorated, with murals and stuff like that. And across the street was a park that he played at. It's called One Love Park. And for us to be able to capture that, like, it was only us that ever could capture that. I don't think nobody was ever meant to do that. Sometimes
Hmm.
when I look at the position that God put you in, the universe put you in, it's just like you have to walk that path, because
Hmm.
if you walk that path correctly, you're going to do the things that was just meant for you,
For sure.
not meant for anybody else. Too many people and creatives, tend sometime to like, damn, that I want to do that. I want to do that, but that wasn't maybe not meant for you to do.
Or just not meant yet.
Not yet, or yet, or
Hmm.
yet. And it took time for us to even get to being able to work with the state, the city,
Long
the
time, years in the
the
making.
mayor. That's, yeah, this is years in the making. What people might say,
Hmm.
things behind closed doors of us fighting for that position. To be able to do that. Now we're there.
Hmm.
Now it's our job to maintain that, be professional,
Hmm.
set the bar high, open up doors for others to come and do that when we transcend to the next level.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like,
I laugh because I sit here thinking about all the years prior of the conversations we had with people, trying to prove our worth, just staying patient during the grind, and then
yeah,
finally getting to the part where we have earned our position in the
yeah,
city. And
yeah,
and I definitely emphasize earned because
yeah,
we've had to knock down a lot of doors.
yeah. We definitely had to. I mean, it's not been a. People might think it's easy, because they see what we show, but at the same time, it's always been a battle, and the
Yeah.
battle's not over. There's more, because if you think this is the level that we're achieving for, you got it wrong.
No,
You
there's a lot
complete.
more on the way.
There's a lot more. This is just like, to me, we're at level two. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like, I'm not even no cap. Like, and I'm always telling them it's like probably like 20 levels, and like, and we know each level, but every year, to me, when I look at it, it takes about 3 or 4 years to get to the next level.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Some levels we're going to be able to jump real fast if we do certain things correctly. But it's all about the type of work we put in, and how we do it.
How'd you feel in the beginning, and then how'd you feel at the end?
Um, well, in the beginning, I thought, because the project was brought to us in a different format and it changed, by the time we got to the shooting. So in the beginning, I was I was kind of happy it went to the direction that it went to because I was wondering how it was going to be in the beginning
Mhm,
because what they were requiring for us to do. At first they were requiring us to just edit something
mhm.
of all the footage that him and his team accumulated through his 7 years of being mayor
Yeah,
to like, no, actually, we want you to actually go out and do some actual shooting.
and I think it's safe to say that you had some consultation and involvement in that decision making.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
did
yeah.
you wanna
Because I mean, that's what
elaborate?
we really do. I mean, at the end of the day, the edit could have been done,
Mhm,
but where we really shine at is in the present moment.
mhm,
In the present moment is that us doing stuff now and shooting,
mm,
sound, design, us controlling that aspect. And I think that's what made me feel like, okay, we can do this. And then once we locked in, it was just like, okay, cool, we got the dates. Now we're out here shooting, we're making the things happen. And we make like one thing I can always know, like it's like a quiet dance with me and you and our team. Like we don't really have to talk much about what we're doing when we're out there doing that stuff. We know what we need to do.
absolutely.
It's not even like uh and it's and it the greatest thing is like we have the ability to push all day if we have to.
Mhm.
We will keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going. Might deep down we might not want to stop. We might want to stop, but at the end of the day, like we just keep going until we get what we need to get.
It's either it's getting done or it's not getting done.
Yeah, yeah. Because the last thing we want is to get back and get to that editing and it's like, oh, we didn't shoot that because we just wanted to be done.
Yeah, exactly,
You
and
know what I
that's
mean?
always a bad feeling. It's
No.
just
And
like
then it's like, damn, we should have did that. We should have did this. No, we did everything. It's very important to have your shot list. It's very important to have a pre-production to know what you're doing on even when you're running around with somebody all day like that. Everything was mapped out that we were doing every location we were going to, we knew everything. So that also helped at the end to get to what you're saying. I was happy the ending part because to be able to see the whole no cap to see them all applaud to that.
I know the whole city building
Yeah, like
stand up in the city council room
yeah,
and
applaud
applaud.
to that. That was dope. That
Yeah,
made him feel good. And then the biggest part was for me was the smile and joy that I saw it brought to his family's face.
yeah,
It made his wife proud. It made his son proud. You know what I mean? Like, it made him emotional. It was just that you can't ask for better moments when you do things like that to be able to put people up in that type of light. Um, but yeah, to switch gears on some other stuff, like we just got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff. And I think that's the key thing for this upcoming year. We got the film festival.
yep.
It's going to be August 10th. Yeah, 30 Black. Oh my
August
God.
10th or August 12th?
What?
August 10th or August 12th?
August 10th. Yeah. Jeff, Phoen- Jeff Phoenix presents the Dirty Black. I'm messing up that shit. Oh man. Oh God. Why am I drawing such of a blank? Tired. Um,
Oh, it is the
Dirty
10th.
Popcorn Black Film
Yeah, it
Festival.
is the 10th.
Yeah. Yeah, the film festival is gonna be lit this year. Themed Delawood, Hollywood style. We bring in
Mhm.
Hollywood to Delaware. It's gonna be a cool
I
vibe.
see a couple paparazzi in the
Yeah,
street.
it's gonna get crazy. We're gonna have the popcorn. It's gonna get lit. It's gonna be definitely a good vibe. The last 2 years has been up, so this year is definitely gonna be on another level too. Shout out to Iz. Shout out to the Delaware Art Museum. If you want to get tickets for that, or you even want to submit, go to jefffphoenixfilms.com. Um, but yeah, man, just that us releasing the merge, us doing what we're doing, and just other things that we have coming down the pipeline. It's been a very active beginning of year, first quarter.
Mhm.
I'm more
Super
than
busy.
yeah, more than usual. But I think it's a cool thing, and then even having the opportunity because we felt like we've been so busy, we've been lacking podcasts. We
Mhm.
didn't haven't had the time to like really be committed to this and
Yeah,
like
no.
it's
This can become a full-time job
yeah, it
itself.
can, it can. And you shouldn't get discouraged too. Like that's the thing. Like as a creative, sometimes we get discouraged when we feel like we're we were committed to something, then something has to change. Things just have to change sometimes.
Absolutely.
Some other things have to become the priority.
I was just
You
about to say that the priorities have to change
Yeah.
sometimes. Like, you have to definitely reprioritize, have to pivot. The wind ain't gonna blow the same direction every day,
Mm-mm.
and this is real life we're still talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't live for the internet.
It does. It does, man. It's cool though that we're here with it, and then it's cool to see like the growth because we started this podcast almost 2 years ago.
Hmm.
Now the real trendy thing of podcasts is like yeah, everybody's doing podcasts. Like we always laugh because we talk about the fact that like everybody has their own approach to podcasts and styles and stuff like that. We went through multiple different styles, different sets, different looks.
Mm.
Started out with basic chairs. We used to
Yeah.
film the podcast with iPhones and stuff like that,
Hmm.
switching out the backgrounds. Used to have the stuff behind us and just all different types of looks. But one thing I always wonder about the podcast because people always wonder about the mics
Hmm.
like, and I want your thoughts around this because I personally sometimes get conflicted because when I see some of my favorite podcasts, I see that big old mic right here, like, hey, they got the mic in front of you and it's all in the way. With us, it's like we're lobbed up.
You know, I think people get used to a certain format and seeing things a certain type of way. And so they just like, oh, that's what everyone's used to seeing. We have to do it that way. It's like a uniform, right?
Hmm.
So it's like, oh, I gotta wear this type of thing. I gotta have my background a certain type of way. I gotta
Hmm.
have my mics looking a certain type of way. Or I gotta have the same type of mics that they're using. But it's just like, realistically, at the end of the day, it's about the production value. It's about the value that the platform is providing, and these are all just tools to get that value to the
Yeah.
world.
Right.
And um, I mean, us being lived up, like, it's gonna have a different presence, but it's not necessarily better or worse. It's just it's a matter of opinion as far as that. Like, I know our guy Wesley, he's like, yo, I love that y'all use the lavs because
Hmm.
everyone else has these big chunky mics in front of them, and he's saying like it makes it kind of impersonal. Like, I got this thing blocking my face, and
Yeah.
so it just kind of feels like,
We feel free.
yeah.
We can move around
Mhm.
like there's nothing gonna get in our way.
Exactly.
You know
And
what I mean?
to where, maybe a microphone being in front of your face is just like, oh, I'm just here to give a message about something.
Right.
To where, like, having a live setup is more, like you said, free flowing. It feels more of a personal conversation. At least
Hmm.
that's how I interpret it.
Yeah, same, same. I actually, like I said, I sometimes I go back and forth, but at the end of the day, when I really think about it, I look at the aesthetic. I'm like, you know what? I like that I don't have headphones on and I don't have a mic right here, like in my way.
Hmm.
Would it make it look more podcasty? Yes, because that's what
Yeah, that's
people
what
in
you're
people's
used to
heads
seeing.
used to seeing. But at the same time, like this is just chill.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's
Yeah.
just feels a little bit more free.
And there's
Nope.
less things in the way.
Yeah.
There's it's less things to set up. I literally just pull these things out,
Yeah.
unravel the cord, hit record on them, and good to go, and then put them back.
And what kind of lives are we using?
We're using the Tentacle Track E's.
Okay.
I think they're like 350 a piece.
Okay.
Has a mobile app, and you can connect, like, I think up to like four or more altogether. We have two, so like literally you just click one button, time sync. Both these labs are time synced. So when I go into post production, I literally just sync both the audios from yours and mine with a click of a button, and they're both synced up. So I
Yeah.
literally just lay the video track, lay our two tracks of audio, hit time sync, they're already lined up, good to go.
Okay. Yeah.
And there's a device that I just bought for us. It's called the Tentacle Sync, and you can jam time code into your camera, and you can sync all three devices. You can sync the time sync with the lavs, um, or if you have a audio device like a sound devices or a Zoom, like, you can jam time code into that, sync it to your camera, and yeah, everything be synced up.
Yeah. I think it's all about finding things and tools that makes your aesthetic, your look.
Hmm.
We tend to do things that gives us our look, even how we're filming. this with the Z Cam. You know what I mean? Like shout
Yeah.
out to Z Cam, like the style. We're in 6K, like 24 frames. You know what I mean? Like we also using the Sigma lens, the 18 to 35, give it a more of a wider look. Yeah, so it's just all this the different tools that you can use to give you a certain different aesthetic. Overhead light here,
Now that you got AI, you got Photoshop, like the one episode we did where we changed the background, like
yeah,
there's a lot of things you can do now.
yeah, a lot of things you can do now, and just I think it's about getting crafty is what in using what you have. But if you don't have any of this stuff, pull out your iPhone.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
That's what
Like,
we started on.
yeah, use your iPhone, microphone, whatever. Go on Amazon, cop like a little podcast mic or something,
Hmm.
tabletop, and just get your creativity out. Get
For
your
sure.
thoughts out. Talk about whatever you want to talk about. I think with this podcast, we were very niche on creativity, and that's where we're always going to be the base. But I think now moving forward, we're going to add more flavor to that, talk about things that we got going on, just getting our fans and people updated.
About to start bringing in guests.
Yes, and the guest is the big thing. Yes, we're going to have guests. So, if you're looking to get on here, hit us up, man. We definitely looking to have more creatives on the show and
Entrepreneurs,
entrepreneurs,
anybody that wants to really talk about creativity, innovation,
talk about movies, whatever,
life.
music,
Yeah.
life, whatever. We're opening it up, but it's always going to be a creative thought process. So don't worry, we're always going to stick to fans and people who've been watching. We're always going to stick to that niche, but
Mhm.
we definitely want to open things up and we want to talk more about life too.
Absolutely.
Things that are helping you mentally get through the things that you're doing because it's tough to be a creative
Hmm.
in this world and all this stuff going on. It's like, what are you doing to keep your mind steady so you can be creative and be an
Where
entrepreneur?
do you feel like the world's at right now?
Oh, the world is definitely in
Like, what do you feel in the air?
I- to me when I look at it, it's like being on a boat.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Like it's a little rocky.
okay.
Some days it's smooth sailing.
Mhm.
Some days you have your heavy waves. Some days it's windy
Mhm.
some days it's sunny it's just having its days to me. It's like, but I think
Do you think about them about we'll finish
no,
though.
no, no, good.
What do you think about them possibly banning TikTok?
Um, I think as a creative, I get it, but also I think if I look at what I could be wrong, the Japanese or the Chinese, whoever owns it.
Mhm.
Um, would I look at how they use it compared to how we use it? Yes, I think for the reasons that they want to ban it, yes. And if we were using it how they were using it, keep it.
Understood.
But if it's just for let me go pour milk on myself in the grocery store
Yeah.
so I can make a video. Let me slap my grandma in the back of the
Mhm.
head.
Yeah. I
You
to
know,
be honest, I wouldn't be upset if it got banned.
yeah,
In
same,
fact, I would actually be very interested to see what the world would look like with it banned.
yeah, same, same.
Because I think to have news sometimes, creation and destruction have to go hand in hand. So it's like if TikTok was banned, the destruction part, something new would arise, I think, out of it.
Everything has its time period.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like people in the beginning thought MySpace was going to be around forever when
I know. I
you
know.
could never argue with somebody and think MySpace wasn't going to be around forever, and it all has its time.
Remember like the top 10, your top 10.
Yeah, yeah, your top 10. People get mad like, yo, I'm not in your top 10. Well, like, man, listen, you know. But it
Hmm.
was cool. The setup of it, I thought that was super unique. To me, I felt like that was probably one of the best social media platforms.
Hmm.
Like right now, I wish you could give me a MySpace right now.
Ah,
Right
understood.
now,
Hmm.
because it had you could have your music on there.
Facts.
It had
Facts.
a music player on there. It had my top. I could add photos. I customized my page the
It
way I
was the
wanted to. It
ultimate
had a blog. It was
personality.
it was perfect.
It really was. It
It,
was
it-
kind of ahead of its time.
yeah, it's exactly right now. Personally, I think that would fix the music business.
Mm, think so?
We're streaming and everything. Yep.
Hmm.
Because if I can have my own page and I can put my own music up there, sell it for what I want to sell it for, give MySpace a little cut if I want to. If I want to push my music more broader, then I would tap it into another service with the record labels that allow them to get their cut.
Mm.
There's a way that I think could be balanced out with that. It had charts on there, it had MySpace
You're
charts.
making me miss MySpace now.
You know what I mean? Like,
MySpace was low key
yeah,
the joint.
you could craft the look for, like, right now. I can't do
People did get
nothing.
crafty, like changing the
Yeah, I
background, the
can't do
media
nothing with
player.
Instagram. I can't do nothing with none of these pages.
Yeah.
All I can do is put my photos up there,
Hmm.
and that's about it. It stops at that creativity level.
Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right about that.
Imagine MySpace being able to have reels, the, everything,
Hmm.
everything that it's supposed to already have.
For sure.
Like,
That'd be
it
fire.
was, it was everything. You know, what I mean, to me, it's, if I look at all the social media platforms, that was by far the best.
What do you feel like is the biggest problem with the music business right now?
Um, Accountability.
Explain.
They're not taking count. The record labels are not taking accountability for who they're signing and who they're hiring.
Mm.
To me, in my mind, like,
Hmm.
if you're gonna hire people that work at the record label, they better understand the culture.
Uh,
They need to understand, be music culture based people, not somebody who just went to music school and got a, or signed up because they had an intern or they know
mhm.
somebody. I mean,
Or know
somebody
how to
that,
read analytics.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody who can read analytics, but also I can, if I ask you what's the five elements of hip hop, they're gonna break that down to me.
Hmm.
If I ask them about who did this in the music business, they're gonna have some facts.
Hmm.
Like, I want somebody that's
Down.
qualified, really qualified to understand the game. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that should be a bar. I think you should, if I, like, that's like hiring a cook who don't really only know how to cook 4 or 5 things,
Yeah,
but he's running a $1 million restaurant.
for sure.
Like, I need to know that you're versed in cooking.
Do you, and I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it. Do you feel like with hip hop taking over music that other genres need to be revamped to have more diversity and
No, I don't think the other genres are doing bad though. I think the other genres are fine. Rock
I,
and roll could do better.
that's what I'm saying. I feel like everybody is just kind of just really just focused on hip hop. Like not, I
Yeah,
may be over speaking, but it just kind of feels like in the world, like everyone is just like listening to
because
this.
it's the most trendiest thing. It's like, rock had the trendiest thing. They had the most influence at one point in
Mhm.
time. I think rock has gotten away from that in hip hop because rappers look like rock stars already. So it's like rockers don't know what to look like. They, in their mind, they're like, "Yo, I look like I'm hip hop."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the masses of kids, they're not connecting with them because there's a lack of, like, something I saw Rick Rubin say the other day. He said he liked when it was, he thought, he said, what he said was, he thought streaming was going to be so super cool because he's like, oh, I'm gonna have music at the fingertips, on my fingertips. I can be the DJ, I can DJ all everything. But then when it happened, then he realized, like, nah, man, I liked it when I was kind of somewhat programmed to discover.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Don't know what you got until it's gone.
yeah, because that's the thing. Like, we, if you grew up in any of the '90s and the early
You had
2000s,
to go to Best Buy and get a
yes, it was a
CD.
certain, but it was there for you to discover there. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? I didn't have to look through 20 million. It was only about 1,000 that I knew that was coming out and that was there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I could
I
discover in
also
a
feel like it
more
was more
common.
interactive too.
Yeah.
You look at the cover, look at the back of the cover, you'd open up the book that was inside the CD.
Yes.
Like I feel like people ain't even going that far to even read this shit no more.
No,
It's just
no,
like what's the
nobody
music?
cares. Nobody cares about any of that. That's it, the discovery part. But that was programmed for you to do that in a way because that was we need a little bit of that back. We need some of that. Like we need MTV having their TRL. We need BET to have their 106 in Park. I need that. We need that.
Mm,
That as much as we think we don't, we do. We need it. Like necessarily, they're thinking when they do it, they think to keep putting it on TV. They just need to put it on social media.
mm,
Like I just need to see MTV TRL on social media every week, every day. I'll go and watch it. I'll go watch it if it was on YouTube faster than I probably would go watch it on TV.
yeah, facts.
If you told me that you were dropping some new celebrity on there on like there's ways to do this. There's ways to get people interested back into, but that goes back to what I said, accountability. They're not taking no accountability in who they're hiring as creatives to come back and usher that back in. You gotta hire personally, you gotta hire creatives who understand both worlds, this new time and the old time. Because then they can merge both perfectly together.
Hmm.
You know, so record labels, if you want to hire some people, might be your guys. We understand this.
Yes, we do.
But I think that's the thing. And then who they're signing will be much different. They won't just be signing everybody because right now it's just like we can sign anybody. They're off
Yeah.
of numbers.
Hmm.
No, like if you look at the history of music prior to this small time period of streaming, what we've been in, how many years of streaming? Like not even 10, right? Probably
I think it's
10.
approaching 10. It might be 10
Okay,
already.
so let's just say it's 10 years.
2014, 24. I mean, it's 2024. It's 2014.
Okay, so 10 years.
Yeah.
Music has been around for thousands of years,
Yeah.
and it was based off of talent.
Hmm.
We have got
Purely talent,
way more superstar, iconic people that music that will go beyond the test of time
for sure.
than these 10 years of stream artists.
Hmm.
To me, if I had to really roll the dice and I had to bet on 10 years of streaming or 1,000 years of the music, I'm going with the 1,000 years of talents over the 10. I don't care how much this money's making me. I'm looking at long term because the streaming is only short time money. This is why they're firing people at the record labels and people are not getting jobs. Artists aren't making any money. At least when people had CDs, they made money. They might not have made the buku money, but they were at least making some money. Touring tickets and all that was making money. Nowadays we got it all backwards. I think
I think it's just like you said, the programming. I think they just programmed everything to just be so convenient,
yeah,
and
that
everything has to have like a major benefit to it. Like it has to always be like a 10 out of 10, whatever that may be to a person.
it's
And
this that did it, bro. It's this. It's this.
that's what I'm saying.
It's this. This just changed everything.
Because it's like I think Kanye has the leverage to put his music on his own platform, on his own website, and people will go look for it.
Yeah.
But a
But
lot of artists don't have that.
yeah, no, they don't have that. But there's
But that's
also a
also not.
problem with that
That's
though.
not. Go ahead.
He don't have the problem with him talking about putting Vultures 2 out on his own platform. That doesn't make any sense to me. Because here's where the problem is. Okay, it's on your platform. I listened to your thing. But after I didn't listen to your song 4 or 5, 6 times, I gotta get off that platform
The
and go
convenience. The
and go
convenience.
back to Apple
That's what
Music
I'm saying.
because all my other playlists are over there and my music's over there or Spotify over there.
Hmm.
Like like that's not gonna work.
No.
That helped you. That helped Kanye for a split second,
Hmm.
but that doesn't help everybody. If we're gonna do that, if you're gonna do that, you have to create a solution for everybody.
That's valid. I get what you're saying.
Like Like that's not helping the little. That's not helping little Timmy who's got a rap album that came out today, and like he and having it on his own platform. Nobody's ever gonna find him.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
The benefit is the streaming thing that they do got. This has opened the door to where you can find little Timmy. And I can put Little Timmy in my playlist along with Kanye, along with a Drake, along with a Taylor Swift, along with any other country, any person I want to find and add them all in together into my cool playlist. The thing is that they just need to work on how they pay people with the streaming.
Yeah, yeah. It's a little too one-sided.
Yeah. They figured that out. They have no that they did the most genius thing ever. They have to let some of the greed go. They let some of the greed go and give it back to the talent. The talent will be happy. You'll get more people putting out even more music.
For sure.
You'll make even more money.
Yeah, I agree.
Like it's not a hard situation. You got to stop being greedy and look at the situation. But it all comes down to the phone. Like the phone has been the most biggest thing for us, but the most disappointing thing for us. People go to a concert and they're not present. They're like looking at the damn artist through the
Facts.
fucking stream.
Big
Like I
facts.
see, like yo, it's not this. It's
That's
this.
every bit of
It's
entertainment.
like it's like
Sports games,
it's like
everything.
I'm not even watching this shit. I'm not even in the present moment.
People just there to make themselves look lit,
Yeah.
basically.
Like I
Look
gotta
where I'm at.
record this. I
Yeah.
have to record this. Where it's like, nah, man, put that shit down for a split second. Watch what's going on. You paid $500 to like be there. Be there.
Let me ask you this. If you was performing, right, and had a concert, you would want people to put their phones away?
Yup. No cell phones.
You think that would be more beneficial for your
Yup.
concert?
Mm-hmm.
More than people letting people know
Mm-hmm.
that they're there?
Yep. More
Hmm.
because here's what they would do. Now I can control the content that's in the arena. I got people shooting people in this, showing them in the crowds, showing stuff. Now this footage gets put out on the way I needed to be put out instead of people putting out my show and all that stuff. I don't care
I get what you're saying.
because
I get what you're
the
saying.
artist really ain't really benefiting anyway. Like they can't see if there's 70,000 people at a show. He's not gonna be. He's not gonna even get to know that even 10% of that is actually gonna be like, oh, yo, they shared
You're
my
saying the
show.
fan isn't going to show all of that. They're just going to
No,
show what they want to
they're
show.
gonna show what they want to show. Their clip's gonna be short anyway. It's not doing anything else to it. So I go off the history of what music was for the longest time. If I look back at majority of the shows before the phone came into effect, the shows were lit.
I'm going to play devil's advocate though. If Okay, say you got fan A, fan B, then you got you're C,
Right.
right? All right, would you agree that this matrix, this algorithm, right? Fan A has probably a bunch of people that are just like them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fan B has a bunch of people that are just like them. And then if you put the content out from your perspective of C, do you think if you put it out the way that you want to put it out, that fan A or fan B's fan base would like it?
Yeah, because I can do it in a creative way where it actually helps me. At the end of the day, we're allowing them to film because we think it helps the artist.
But that's what I'm saying. I think it does. It does. I see your point.
I think we're slacking in the show performance world. I'm gonna I'm gonna throw my idea out there because I'm saying it now. To me, I think shows should be more interactive.
How so?
I think 5D energy.
I said 5D energy.
Like I would personally like let's just let's just say this. I'm not traveling. I'm doing it Vegas style. I'm building arena
Mhm.
in Vegas If you want to see my show, you can come to my show. I'm going to have LED screens all on the side panels. I'm going to make the floor a bouncy floor. I'm going to give you helmets where you can bounce. I'm going to have a mega screen. So if I wanted to rain and have people get wet, you're going to get wet in the show. I'm going to make it like you're going to like,
An
uh,
amusement park.
yes,
Understood.
I'm giving you a full experience. So when you walk away from that show, you're like, yo, I'm going, yo,
That's
I gotta go to that. I'm
uh,
paying top dollar for that.
got you.
I already know what the experience of going to a show, watching artists on stage and doing this like. I already know what that looks like.
Yeah.
I need something else. I need something else. I want to be entertained. I want something memorable. I want something that I can say, I did that. People would fly out to Vegas for that show. You give let's just say Kanye or somebody like that, or Drake, or you give them some kind of thing like that, people are coming there to do that.
Hmm.
It's like the Super Bowl. It's like it's no different than the Super Bowl, no different than the WrestleMania. It's the same formula.
Yeah,
It's in them. They are the biggest tickets.
I'm following.
Why keep traveling? Unless you can build that set, and you can build that set. Okay, one in Vegas, and then you build one overseas for one when you go overseas to do it over there. But I don't think you should go. Brum, 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 brum. I think that's stupid.
So the fans gotta come to you.
Come to me. Come to me. You're gonna have a full experience. You're gonna have a cool week. You set your tone to go there for a week or a couple of days, whatever it may be. You get a full experience. You come to the event. There's merch. There's this. There's that. I'm gonna give you a full experience.
Understood.
If I'm a music artist and I got a movie, I'm gonna attach a movie theater to it. You can watch my movie. Come see my show. I'll have food. Here's my restaurant. Come eat my food.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
You tell me that ain't that people are going to pay to come do that. You give a person like Usher or somebody like that a situation like that, where I could come into a concert and I can get a full interactive feel, and the screen is wind blowing, there's wind blowing. Like I just know that I'm fully in this ride with you.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm with you. We're too cool.
Yeah, everything is too cool now.
Now I'm just getting all dressed up and jiggy to look cool. For like,
I think you could do that with Gunna. I
yeah,
think Gunna would take it there.
yeah.
Do something like that.
Yeah, I mean, like, I
His
think
creative.
all artists could take it there. I feel like, why take me there? If you're even a trap artist, bring me in, make the environment look like I'm in the hood. Bring me in the trap. Give me some sound design. Give me a stage play. Give me something different.
Hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
For sure.
The restaurant, I got trap food. I got freaking chicken and waffles, and like it's all set up.
Hmm.
The merch is there. People from around the world are gonna come and do that.
Yeah, it's like your own, like you said, your own little mini amusement park
Yep,
for you though.
for you.
That's
Then switch out the artist.
yeah, that's fire. Can't lie. It's a good idea. It's a real good idea.
The IP. Don't y'all steal that. I'm just saying, like, tired of it. We too cool. It
Yeah,
can't be always this cool.
yeah. I think that that is part of why the world is a little stagnant.
Think about how many people go to amusement parks. Think about how many people go to Disneyland, bro.
A lot, but not as much as it used to be, in my opinion.
That place is still making millions and millions of
Oh yeah,
dollars
I mean
for
it's a
years.
staple.
For years.
Yeah,
Disneyland will outlive all this shit.
yeah, it will. Okay, okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. That makes sense.
You know what I mean? Like, what's the other one that's next to the other one that's like with the interactive? It's Universal Park with
Universal
Universal
Studio.
Studios,
Yeah.
that type stuff.
Mm.
Hire people like that from that world. come and bring interactive. They can put glasses, 3Ds. You can have all types of shit going past people. Like it could get crazy with music.
They should have did that with like Elvis or Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
shit would have stood the test of time.
That's what the Beyoncés and all them. That's what they all need right now.
Drake need a Drake land.
Drake Land.
Or Owlfest.
Yeah, yeah,
Whatever
yeah.
you want to call it.
OVO, Alfest facts.
Yeah.
Owls flying across the screen.
Mhm.
Drake's favorite food. The merch is there. Like
Yeah.
all that. A hall of fame of his music and his outfits, his legendary outfits.
Mhm.
You don't have to wait till you're dead to do all this.
Yeah, that's real shit. That's real shit.
A movie theater with all his favorite movies. I can make a whole itinerary.
Honestly, they should have kept Jay-Z's shit up forever.
Yeah,
Or him go do that in his
he
own
should
separate
have.
pocket.
Yeah, why take away that stuff?
Yeah.
Have him come to you.
You might be right about that.
Like the
But
traveling thing is like you can go still do trap. Not to say you shouldn't go tour, but I think it's like it should be like the tour should lead to that, lead to the mark. I take the same formula as football. And what do? They travel through, they have their own stadium, but they travel through a couple, and then it gets to the Super Bowl. Boom. Then people pay millions and millions and millions of dollars for that one event. Then here's where you do you broadcast it with a pay per view, your show on the major night. Pay per view. You can pay per view that thing.
mhm.
Now everybody's paying to watch it.
Yeah, for sure.
Then they're like, yo, I got to go to that. I got to be there to that. I got to be there for that.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. I can't. I ain't missing that. That looks lit. That's what people need. We're bored.
We definitely are.
We're bored.
I mean, entertainment has kind of gotten out of pocket now.
It's bored.
Type of shit we're seeing. We're about to see what Jake Paul fight Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Like unrealistic, but for entertainment purposes, basically, it's just like that. Like, why is that even happening?
I'm telling you, that's we're bored. We're bored. We're really just anything. They just throwing things on the wall, hoping to stick.
It's like there's a gift and curse to it. It's like people because people are going to watch it.
Yeah,
And
they
people are
will
going to tune into it.
because we're bored. What else do we got? What other option do we got right now? We doing the same 1-2 step every year. There's going to be a Super Bowl. There's going to be a this. There's going to be this. It's going to be a fashion week. There's going to be an All Star. It's the same formula every year. Nobody's figured out how to shake it up.
That's facts.
Nothing. We haven't added anything. What have we added to that? Yeah, we have made the content look better of whatever these events are.
I mean, even with AI and VR, like I think we're just going to apply the same formula to that too.
Yeah, yeah. Like, it's like at this point, it's like how do we take it to that next level? Without it necessarily being AI.
Yeah.
Or that if it is AI, how do we incorporate that into a way of we're still physically moving in it?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's where my thing could be like I say, like with this whole artist bowl, whatever you want to call it that.
Mm-hmm.
You create every little thing that you want into that world for the fan experience. You have it up for 30 days and then it's gone. Then the next artist comes in 30 days,
Yeah. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
or if it's a week,
Mm-hmm.
it's just that week. Every artist gets their week.
Even more exclusive.
Mainstream artists get that. And then if you're a young artist, you work to get to that level. Have
Yeah.
something to achieve for it. You still do the chicken market circus tour thing, but when it comes to really doing something, you have your artist bowl. That's what Kanye needs right now.
Yeah. I agree with that. I agree
A
with that.
Kanye bowl with all his things,
Mhm.
all his favorites,
Show up, buy some Yeezy merch.
all that.
Yeah.
Sunday service on Sunday, that day of Sunday, that whole week, everything is there. One day is all
It's his own
its
festival.
own festival. Yeah. One day is all graduation, all the music from graduation. The theme is graduation. The next day, it's college, college dropout. It's all the themes. 1 week. Walk me through all the albums.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't just give them to me all like little sporadic songs through one concert.
Cooking up some ideas in here today.
Bro, I'm telling you, like, it's really about being innovative and knowing how to evolve the game
Mhm.
with the most simplest thing. And people just want connection.
They do.
That'll make people connected. That you ain't. You're not taking us. You're not allowed to have a cell phone in this. Not in the interactive part. You're gonna be too busy.
Yeah. Gotta tell people about it afterwards.
Yeah, there'll be cameras that catch it.
Mhm.
Take photos in the photo area. You know what I mean? Well, I'll make a whole area for you. You can go take photos and do stuff. Take photos of the food in the restaurant and all that other stuff. But when it comes down to the show, you focus. You in it. Guy like Travis Scott, oof, kill with one of those.
Yeah.
Bouncy floor. You know what I'm saying? Kids bouncing in the air.
Mhm.
You got these cool suits on with helmet gear and all this stuff on.
I mean, eventually with the virtual reality shit, like you're gonna be able to be in the concert with the VR headset on.
Yeah. But add that into real life.
No, for sure.
Because then it becomes if it becomes too virtual, it becomes what we saw with Ready Player One. You the lazy motherfucker who's on the
And
couch
that's what I'm saying.
and he
I
don't do
really
nothing. He's
hope
just
it
sitting.
don't.
He's sitting there the whole time, big bag of chips, fronting.
And that's why I was talking about earlier with like the AI and robots. Like I really just think like a lot of this shit is just being made for entertainment purposes. Like, but that's gonna get boring. Like I like having robots. It's just another. It's just
Convenience.
this
Yeah, another convenience.
evolved.
Yeah.
Oh, yo, go make me a tea,
Yep.
or yo, go pick up my groceries. It's like
Lazy.
it's
More
like it's
lazy.
like all we living for is
We're gonna die
how
ourselves
much
out.
less we do.
Yeah. We're gonna kill ourselves right off. We're gonna be out of shape. We're not gonna do nothing. We're not gonna do anything. And I don't think that's the way we need to look at it. I think from a creative standpoint, we can incorporate technology along with with being physical.
Hmm.
There's ways to do that both and have a better experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like put me in a room where you can put VR on me and then somehow trap the air out of the room and I can float and feel like I'm in space and I'm actually floating and I'm still VR and
Mm,
give me both. I
yeah.
don't want just the head and then I'm just like
Hmm.
pretending like I know I'm still sitting in a fucking chair.
Hmm.
Like let's be real.
Yeah.
Unless you can fool me like
I
three
think.
body problem. But I ain't gonna get into
Well,
that.
who got close to that was Pokemon,
Yes.
where people were actually hunting for Pokemon out in the
Yes.
real
Yes, they
world.
were. Yes, they were.
That was the closest
Yes,
thing
yes, they were.
before AI.
Yes,
Before,
they were.
hmm, that was interesting.
And you see how many people got active on
They
that.
got active. I was out in Bannon Park.
Yeah.
I'm
People
like,
were getting active.
what the fuck, people? Oh, we hunting Pokemon. Oh,
Yeah.
y'all are.
Yeah.
It's
Got
just,
active.
yeah,
That's what I'm saying. We need to be active. Like you have to be. That was great. We need more things like that. Use the tool to help us be more active, not to be just more convenience and lazy. Yeah.
I think this was a good episode,
Yeah. And that's real talk.
and that is real talk. Don't be lazy.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, if you want to see more episodes, go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, like, comment, let us know if you're feeling the vibes. You know what I mean? Check some of these clips out on our Instagram. That is Real Talk DP. Hey, it's your boy Jeff Phoenix,
Phynx Ozprana.
and you're watching Real Talk.